Michael Jordan is considered one of the greatest players ever, and most pundits claim him to be the best. What he achieved on and off the court is unprecedented, because winning 6 NBA championships in 6 finals appearances is something that is unheard of. This is the most ridiculously expensive things Michael Jordan owns. The Jordan sneakers are also a massive part of basketball, hip-hop, and everyday culture. Of course, Jordan's competitive streak has seen him undertake golf, where he tries to be the best in that sport as well. No matter what Jordan did or currently does in the present time, he makes news because he is truly a rock star. Of course, with his success and fame comes a ton of money. It is widely speculated that Michael Jordan is worth over $1 billion, which is not surprising considering how massive his brand is. For a billionaire like Michael Jordan, it's always interesting to hear how he spends his money. Does he splurge on luxurious things like some hip-hop stars, or does he reinvest his money like Warren Buffett? The answer is both. Here are some of the most ridiculously expensive things Michael Jordan owns. G550 private jet, $61.5 million. Michael Jordan probably has to travel much more than an average person, because the 6-time NBA champion has business ventures across the entire country. Instead of going the usual route in his travels, Jordan made the very smart investment of a $61.5 million private jet. While a private plane is often a silly investment for most people who are not as rich as Michael, it certainly made sense for the 6-time Finals MVP. Jordan can get anywhere he wants to go at any time, and in his style, of course. Michael opted to customize his jet with blue and white colors to resemble the University of North Carolina. Of course, the jet was also decorated with an N236 MJ sign representing his jersey number, titles he won, and his initials. Luxury super yacht, $80 million. You cannot find a single athlete worth a minimum of $100 million that does not have a yacht. But Jordan's super yacht is on an entirely different level. Number 23's luxury yacht is worth $80 million. A shocking figure even to the richest people you might know. The yacht extends over 220 feet and has been reported to cost nearly $1 million to maintain per week. That's right, per week. Jordan must love the water because shelling out that much money means he's getting the ultimate luxury experience. So what makes this yacht so expensive? To start, the yacht has a jacuzzi on the deck, a gym, and an impressive dining room. Of course, there is a basketball court for Jordan to show guests that he still likes to get down on his favorite sport. For those wanting to relax, the yacht has a beach club, movie theater, Wi-Fi, and full satellite television. For food lovers, the gigantic boat has a private chef as well to make sure guests are entertained in every way at all times. Quite frankly, it will be hard to find a nicer yacht than the one Michael owns. Jordan bought a team in 2010 for $175 million. Now, the value of the franchise ballooned to $1.5 billion in 2021. It will only get better for the Hornets as they finally have the pieces to compete for the playoffs. Back then, when Charlotte was still in rebuilding mode after losing seasons after seasons, it made MJ a joke among his peers. Some even say the Hornets fumbling their draft picks and continued losses hurt his legacy. But Michael stuck around. He sold a minority stake in 2019, but reportedly has no plans of relinquishing his control of the team. Michael Jordan's Highland Park mansion in Illinois is the iconic home to the former basketball superstar that took over the world. The Chicago-based home is considered the final trophy from Jordan's iconic Bulls days because it cost around $21 million at the time and currently comes with a total of furnished 50,000 square feet. One of the most iconic features of this mansion is the customized double grand staircase. With expensive furniture in every room, the mansion is not located by water, but rather close to the freeway and even practice facilities. It is clear that MJ took his basketball as seriously as possible because keeping close to business helped him become the most dominant superstar ever. Finally, the gates to the house spring open with the number 23 showing for anyone entering the exquisite estate. Michael Jordan purchased incredible waterfront property in the Kendall region of Miami for around $281,000 at the minimum. It is expected that the GOAT probably spent more, considering how he loves to make sure his home has as much greenery as possible. The Miami mansion property has approximately 5,500 square feet that also features 4 luxurious bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, with a large kitchen and glorious swimming pool. Not to mention, there is a fishing dock at the rear of the estate to escape and enjoy the peace of fishing activities. Michael is known to have splurged millions on properties, but his Miami estate was certainly an expensive one to pick up considering its location. As expected, the estate is surrounded by never-ending green landscape and trees where he could, at the time, escape with his girlfriend. Located in the well-guarded Bears Club community in Florida, this massive 3-acre property is estimated to be worth around $20 million. That means Michael Jordan might own one of the priciest homes in the history of Palm Beach. And who would ever have a problem with that? Michael is worth over $1 billion and achieved things in sports that almost nobody has ever come close to. Other than Bill Russell and Tom Brady, no sports figure has dominated a sport like Jordan did in his prime. The 28,000 square foot home is basically 4 homes in one. There is a guardhouse, a pool house, a guest house, and Jordan's main house. The main section has a whopping 11 bedrooms, a fully equipped basketball court and home gym, a massive media room with state-of-the-art electronics, and an indoor swimming pool. In typical Jordan fashion, the estate is engulfed with thick green trees to separate the family from the rest of the outside world. There is no secret that Michael loves his privacy, which is why it takes hours of digging to get something out of his life. But this estate is truly a one-of-a-kind property for a once-in-a-lifetime athlete. Unless you live under a rock, everyone knows Michael Jordan loves his golf. Even as the greatest basketball player ever, he found a new way to feed his competitiveness by playing golf. Certainly a different sport than basketball in almost every way, Michael tends to spend the majority of his retirement playing this game. However, Michael likes to play at his own pace, which is actually quite fast. He wanted somewhere to feed his golf urge without having to conform to anyone else, which is why the Groove 23 golf course was purchased for around $15 million. Located in Florida, Michael has a getaway spot to play golf with his close friends and other professional golfers who are in it for competition. Jordan loves to play golf this way, often talking trash in his usual manner. If at the Groove 23, expect to move fast between games as Michael controls the pace how he likes. Be there or be square. Michael Jordan might have the most incredible car collection, which includes iconic models including his Mercedes McLaren SLR 722 edition and Ferrari 512 Maranello. Jordan had every one of his iconic rides customized to fit his styles, and his identity would be plastered on his license plates as well. The GOAT was known to love the color red, which is why most of his iconic vehicles came in this color. When not in red, be sure they would have something to stand out with. Jordan loved his Corvettes, owning multiple models with exceptional engines and beautiful design, but he was also fond of his Ferraris. Michael owned the Ferrari 512 TR, which cost in excess of $280,000 alone. Other Ferraris that Michael owned include the Ferrari 599 GTB Fiorano and the Ferrari Pista, and of course his famous 512 Maranello. It is expected that the GOAT's car collection costs somewhere around $10 million. And if he indeed owns the Bugatti Veyron Sagnor, which many claims he does, it could exceed that number. Just like any other sports celebrity, Michael Jordan absolutely loves his watches. Many fans claim that Jordan hardly wears the same watch twice, which would be surreal to imagine considering the prices of all his pieces. Michael has been known to own a one-of-a-kind collection of Rolex watches, including a Rolex Day-Date Platinum President. But that does not mean he is limited to one type. According to GQ, Michael apparently owns a Roger Dubois Excalibur Spider Pirelli, which includes a skeleton dial and a band which has been crafted out of tires from cars that have won Formula 1 races. Would the GOAT ever consider going ordinary? Other watches that are known to be in Jordan's collection include the Uhrk UR202 timepiece, which goes for over $140,000. It is expected that Michael's Rolex collection alone cost in excess of $300,000, which means his entire collection could add up to $1 million. For a celebrity and businessman worth approximately $1.6 billion, a $1 million watch collection seems very reasonable considering how often he rocks them on his wrist. While Jordan's mansions and vehicles catch all the attention, his watches are almost as important to his rock star image. Thanks again for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.